What's up, guys? I feel like telling more stories, so move my drum throne over here. It's fucking $100 drum throne I never sit on. It's actually really comfy, though. What the fuck? Okay, so I remember I had just gotten back from, like, the group home situation. Like I said, I was only there for, like, a month. And I was living back with my grandma, and I was hanging out with my dad heavily, because we would, like, go get earthquakes and snort Percocet on the back of, like, my grandma's toilet, which was his dad, oh my god. Basically, okay, his mom, grandma on that side, don't really count as a grandma, because she's a piece of shit. But yeah, we would basically just go over there, hang out, do Percocet, and drink. Smoke cigarettes, smoke, like, the worst weed known to man. What story was this? Oh, yeah. So, I was also in a band at the time. The other band members named it Nebeltruppen. I swear I'm not just saying that. Which is, like, the Nazi chemical soldiers. Which I didn't really know. I thought it was just, like, chemical soldiers, but they were all into thrash metal and Slayer hardcore, and they were all white. And it just makes sense. But yeah, so that didn't last very long, to be honest. But anyway, so I was just chilling, smoking a cigarette. Out front of my grandma's house. I was 17 at the time. And this dude walks by, and I think he complimented. I remember I was wearing, like, my red checkered Vans and like, a Black Dahlia Murder shirt, a similar Children of Bodom beanie. I was just sitting out there smoking, listening to music. And this dude walks up. His name was Chris, or whatever. Not to get confused with my brother, obviously. Yeah. Anyways, so, he just walks up to me, compliments something, and then we just started hanging out, or whatever, and I didn't realize how old he was, okay, because you see how I look young, or whatever, like, I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so young, but I'm 29, right? Let's just say he was a little bit older than I am now, but he looked fucking young, and I was 17, and I didn't really bring that up until, like, the next day when we hung out, but we were doing some off-the-wall stuff, like, I think we took, like, public transportation, or got dropped off by my grandma, to go to, like, the Walnut Creek, like, movie theater, and he got Jack Daniels and Sunny D, okay, and we dumped out some of the Sunny D and put the Jack Daniels in it. I'm sure everyone knew we were drunk. I don't remember what movie. I swear it was, like, Rio or something. It was some fucking stupid-ass movie. It was not about it. We were getting trashed. I was heavily in my Asking Alexandria Jack Daniels, stage back then, but yeah, and we were like kind of messing around just because like whatever. Like he was a cool dude. We both liked each other, and like I'm not just interested in women. If a person's cool and the vibes are there, then like fucking whatever. Yeah, he was older than me. It was kind of weird, but it was just like super. It was just super. It's like you have to be there, right? He was so cute. I have a picture of him somewhere. I think on my old Instagram. Anyways, and then we went to hang out with one of his friends who had, like, a weed gas mask. I have a picture on my old Instagram of me wearing the gas mask, or whatever, after I just, like, died trying to hit the bong with the mask on. Didn't work out well for me. But we were hanging out at his house, and this was, like, a couple-week thing. Like, we just hung out for a couple weeks, and then I just fucking stopped responding to him. But yeah, so we hung out there. I guess that one dude, what was his name? Someone with a D. But he said his dad was in the mafia, which I kind of believe, because they're in a really rich part of Martinez, which is semi-walkable from here, but it fucking took like 2 hours to walk there. Maybe not 2 hours, maybe like an hour. But it was hot as fuck. Like, we were picking like oranges off the fucking people's trees and stuff because it was so hot, and like going into Taco Bell and getting water cups and shit. Like, it was a journey. But yeah, I guess his dad was in the mafia or something, and so he was about to stop hanging out with everyone. And then the last time I hung out with both of them, we were in the Walmart parking lot, like right across from Home Depot in Martinez, and this was like 13 years ago. Maybe, yeah, 13 years ago. But basically they were talking about, like, getting their guns, or the one dude's guns, and sitting up on top of Home Depot and picking people off, because they were just very angry motherfuckers. Like, the Chris dude was homeless, and the other dude was, like, supposedly in the mafia, so who the fuck knows? I don't really know. But I guess the other dude kind of liked me, and then I was also talking to this dude named Sean, which I had known. I don't remember how the fuck I met him, or had known him, but he was cool. I remember his full name. He had 3 names. super cool, super, he was attractive, he had a job, all that stuff. Super sweet. And so I made the mistake of hanging out with Chris and Sean. And I, of course, leave with Sean because Sean has a house and whatever, and we just went there and fucking hung out and whatnot, right? And so dude was obviously fucking pissed. He came around one time after that, but yeah, I was just like, whatever. And then I remember having to, like, avoid, because he was, like, very much in Concord where me and my ex hung out. I would see him and I'd just be like, hi, like, no, it's not me. But yeah. I got myself into some interesting situations, like, and that was all just in, like, within, like, a 3-month period, where I was just, like, hanging out with random people. And I remember I went to there was this one band that they were, like, all, like, 10 years old, and it was at this sports bar, right? And I think the dude, like, the band was named, it was something so similar to Blue October. It was, like, something November or fucking Blue something, right? And, like, the dude he was 30. Like, the dude was 30. And I was just about to be 18. Maybe I was like, just 17 and something. Anyways, until we had talked, he liked my corpse paint. I got his number somehow, and then he would, like, pick me up. And so we would hang out, listen to music. This one time we went to, like, Denny's and stuff. And he had some, like, incredibly strong weed that I have, like, shit I had never smoked before, right? And I was just, like, way too done. So we get there, we're chilling there for a second. I'm like, I can't. Like, let's just go chill in a parking lot. And we talked for a bit. And he said some, like, super creepy shit. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. Like, I was interested in him like that, but the way he worded things was very pedo-y, right? Okay, so I was just like, yeah, fuck you. And that was that. And I think he, like, talked shit about me to, like, the local metal scene as well. Or he wasn't really metal, he was more, like alt, whatever, but they were, like, a bunch of, like, 30-year-old dudes, and that's just literally how fucking band guys are, you know? A little bit of solidarity to Scene Queens 18+. I feel like I could relate a little bit. I was like, bro, I'm 29. Like, unless you're, like, 25, like, you're a child. Like, you're a fucking child. I could not imagine dating an 18-year-old. My brother is almost 19, and he's a baby, you know? So, yeah, people be fucking weird, is all I could say. I think that's where that story was going. But yeah, no, I met some, like, pretty cool people and had some, like, I have really interesting memories with said people. But I was talking to Sierra at the same time, that she was more in her hoe phase. Oh, dude. Okay, so this is probably going to be a two-parter, but so there was this girl named Arians, right? She was super hot, super emo. She was, like, the Tumblr bitch with, like, writing on her hands and, like, a little mustache, right? I hella liked her. So I started talking to her sister. And her sister was, like, a cool person, really good friend, but she was too nice. I remember the reason I stopped talking to her later on was because she said that she doesn't think that child predators should be put to death because that is not for us to judge, that's for God to judge. And I'm like, you're dumb. Blocked. But yeah, what was my point? Oh yeah, so she was in, like, also, like, the post-hardcore kind of metalcore scene back in, like, the 2010s when I was trying to get in there. I forgot what the fucking band name was, but it was a good local band. They played, like, or they came from, like, Olympic, like, the Concord Martinez, Pittsburgh area. How that makes sense is basically, when I started doing vocal covers and other shit, she would call me, like, a broken side wannabe. When I was clearly doing funny stuff. Like, I would take, like, my cigarette foil and put it on my teeth and pretend to be broken side and make, like, crunkcore shit. Like, I was doing it for fun. But she, like, made fun of me, dude. Okay? And then I told Sierra about it, right? And of course she somehow knows this bitch. Somehow Laura knows that bitch. I don't even know. And Sierra ended up, like, making out with her and, like, telling me about it. Just to piss me off. So that's who my ex is, so. Bitches be evil. Like, not all of them, but, like, a good amount. You know, like, a good amount. Sexism. What the fuck was my point? But yeah, pro tip, don't get with someone's sister, because that usually automatically blocks you from being with the sister you want. Like, I'm glad everything worked out how it did. I loved my ex-wife to death. I still love her. Blah, blah, blah. Not really a fan of who Laura is today, so She's like, Merc, Mommy, 4x4, Coors Light, Trump 2020, everything. Like, so I'm really glad that didn't work out, but life's fucking crazy, bro.